Hello, friends and adventurers, and welcome back to Sally Cat Plays Exile 2, Crystal Souls. Last episode, we used the Mage Tower's newfangled long-distance teleporter to zip back up to the Formalo area to take care of a small errand, and also investigate a mage clearance-only area that we couldn't get to before. There's another thing that I want to look at nearby. We are very close to the Tower of Solberg, but we still can't get in there because we actually need royal clearance for that. However, there is this thing, which I did notice much earlier in this playthrough. This obelisk with the words Cavite Bon carved into it. Now, when the mage at the castle told us about this pillar, I thought they were talking about the coordinates for Solberg's tower. I was mistaken. These are, in fact, the coordinates for Erica's tower. So we will definitely be using those in the future. Fun times will be had. But there's a few things for us to do before we get back to the Tower of Magi. For instance, we still haven't gone and found the Gremlin Wives. We should do that sometime, perhaps, maybe? Meanwhile, while we're near Silvar, there's a little something that I can only notice while we're in a boat. Silvar has its own teleporter coordinates, Zed Pelnog. I'm not sure if we'll ever use them, because Silvar is really not that far a walk from the tower. But I've also got a bit more mappage to take care of. I've got a few gaps around here. Hello? You find, beached on this remote island, the wreck of an exile boat. It's been struck with several spells, and is no longer seaworthy. Strangely, there are no bodies around. Most everything in the boat has been looted. You do find one thing of interest, however. A small, water-stained package. It's been partially ripped open. You see it contains unfamiliar herbs. The ink on the label has run, but you can make out one word. Darman. Oh, I think I know what this is. This is the medicine for Malka's ill son in Darman. Kinda wish I'd found this earlier, but we will get it to its destination. Just, might take the long way around. Something interesting over here, aside from the spiders and snakes. Araneas and Shamblers, oh joy. So, what have we here? Leaning back against a tree, you find all that's left of a human body. Someone wasn't quite able to outrun a few cave lizards. In a mushroom patch nearby, you find a courier's satchel. It would seem the corpse nearby was, in life, an Empire messenger. Empire army packages are often trapped, but are also often valuable. Search the satchel? Of course. The satchel has 4 scrolls in it. You reach for one of them, but then they change. With a blur, they seem to rearrange themselves in the satchel. What's more, they all look so similar you can't tell them apart. The best you can do is grab one of them and hope. Which one do you take? 4, 3, 2, 1. Eeny, meeny, miny, you. You look at the paper, but its writing shimmers and blurs faster than the scrolls in the bag did. It's very disorienting. Lightheaded, you let go of the scroll, which falls back into the bag. And Telemaine is dumbfounded. Let's try that again. Aha! This time we get it. It's a dispatch from some garrison somewhere to some other garrison. It says that the new access word for the auxiliary caches is skulls. When you finish reading it, you suddenly feel strangely compelled to replace the scroll in the bag. We did have a side quest of sorts to go investigate and or loot some Empire caches, now didn't we? But in the meantime, a little map clearing. Seeing you out in the open, a band of Empire soldiers deem you an easy target. You fools! Well, that wasn't so bad. Let's just follow the river up. Bones and broken weapons are scattered all over the cave floor, for hundreds of feet in any direction. This area has seen at least one major skirmish, probably more. Also, they're not showing up right now, but in a previous little test run, I discovered that the spawn rate in this area is absolutely bonkers, especially for high-level Empire soldier groups. I gotta say, I do not really approve of that. But I do happen to remember we found an Empire cache once upon a time somewhere in this area that we were able to explore before the barriers came down. An old sign says, Grax Peninsula, discovered by Grak, year 2234. Alright then. Hello? Okay, that was a somewhat odd place to put a secret passage, sure. Let's see here. There is another random item shop, which I may just check out while I'm here. Ha! You find a heavy stone door set rather incongruously in the cave wall. Letters suddenly appear in a tracery of flame on the smooth surface of the door. They spell a simple, grim word. Password. The door swings smoothly open, and you pass into the cave beyond. Inside, you find supplies, heaps and bags and boxes of them. Food, arrows, darts, melee weapons, armor, even spell components, all neatly stacked and bagged, all bearing the symbol of the Empire. You've one entry into an Empire supply cache. Now what? Can we loot? You grab a large bag of rations and several quivers of arrows, only to find them crumbling in your hands. Soon they're nothing but powder. You try again with a shield. It rusts into dust. The Empire traps its supplies cleverly. You leave. Well, if we can't have it, neither can you. Burn it. The Empire may have placed defenses to keep the stuff from being stolen, but they were notably lax when it came to making it indestructible. Much of the stuff burns. That which doesn't is easily melted with a few simple spells. Within minutes, the supplies, laboriously brought from the surface, are soot and rubble. Cool. So I do believe there's a few more caches in this general area. In fact, I've got some idea where to look for one. Ha! So this little square was a red herring. Over here, we've got something. Another heavy stone door. Say the password is skulls. And now you're burned too. So I'll just check in with the person who gave us this quest. Caitlin greets greets you and listens to your account. Well done, she says. She gets a pouch for you. It contains several small jewels. We haven't been having much luck finding other caches. Any more aid you can give will be a great help. Yay, money. And experience. Ah, nuts. Well, that was slightly annoying. So, we could go up to investigate the giants, or we can find the lost amber charm of the Sliths. I don't that much feel like crawling around and dealing with all the Empire patrols right here, so let's go find us some giants. Good opportunity to fill in more of this part of the map. And we've got spiders that don't care to engage with me. If we keep going this way, we do run into Empire-occupied territory. We've got no way to cross that water right now. Not particularly much on this side of the river. Darn it, I came up here to get away from the Empire patrols. At least that group had the decency to drop some good loot. Not stuff I will use, but steel and magic. Sells for good money. The giant swamp is still here and has a tower in the middle of it. That's the Tower of Eldoran, if I remember correctly. Is there anything in here? I don't think so. More spiders. And another supply cache, perhaps? At the end of the passage, you find several rough sapphires in the walls, ripe for the taking. Nice. I'll give those to Telemane, just in case they do turn out to be usable magic map sapphires. Monster too close. Aw, he can't even see me in here. No, thank you. So yeah, this episode may not be all that much about major enemy combat. It might be more about exploration. Figuring out just where stuff is. I am gonna have to engage with you. Bleh. At least I'm not getting any more high priests in these groups. Dealing with pestilence gets annoying. Okay. The bits of slag and ore scattered everywhere would seem to indicate this isolated area was once home to several mines. It's abandoned now, and quiet. Eerily quiet. Oh, I should probably cure Scorn. You stand at the entrance to what was once a very large mine. You aren't sure whether there's just no more minerals, or the miners fled to safer lands. one thing is sure. There's nothing human left. No clothes, no tools, no graves, no bones, nothing. Spooky. Haha, another hidden cache. I think we're up to what, 4? Oh, no. Cache is destroyed. 3. I'm somewhat pleased that the game keeps track of that for me. Further on to the north, and apparently there's a nest of Aranea somewhere on this side. Ah, found the giants. The totems have a variety of grisly trophies on them. One of the poles, however, has something unusual. A pink ribbon is tied around it. It's out of place at best. Ah, I think we're close to finding the gremlin wives as well. And of course the very linear distinction between some of these map squares. Oh, and we could go visit Fort Draco if we wanted to. And the friendly spiders. There is... I was about to say there's a whole lot of nothing in these tunnels, but then... surprise giants. Okay, giants are still pretty tough, and I am glad I did not go after them as soon as I heard about this side quest. What, me waste time exploring every bit of the map? Never. Oh, that is unpleasant. Giants also come with shamans sometimes. And in Exile 2, shamans come with a spiffy new graphic. Okay, fireball won't do. Ice Bolt. You have no idea what it would be doing here, out in the middle of nowhere. But on the floor, right out in the middle of the corridor here, is a crumpled length of pink ribbon. Cozy little nook over here. I may need to go get more food soon. Interesting. At the side of a crude path here, you find a small shred of pink ribbon. Do you think the game is trying to hint us towards something here? Just maybe. That is an oddly placed secret passage there. Ow. Okay, I'll have to take the boat to investigate that chunk of river, I guess. I don't want to fight all of the giants. I will come back for you, though. Because there are quest objectives in that fort. Ah, here we go. A 4th Empire supply cache. I do believe there's 5 in total, but at least one of them is pretty well hidden. That's a lot of spiders. And that is as far as we can go up this river. More totems. Ooh, Araneas and Aranea Lords. This could get a little interesting. Well, that's one way to tell the difference between them. So Aranea Lords do have more hit points than regular Araneas, but not by all that much. Anywho, quick save. So we've got some sort of hole here. A flowery cave. And a small giant's cave right here. Nestled in this corner are the ruins of what was once a small, elegant white stone settlement. There were once small farms nearby, with crops and lizard pens. It's all been ruined now. The walls and roofs have been smashed in by large, thrown boulders. Human skulls are mounted on poles. It's hard not to get angry. This peaceful settlement was clearly savaged by giants. It's even worse, because you've heard of this place. It was a monastery, filled with monks dedicated to the healing arts. Calm, peaceful people. This devastation is an outrage. You look around. A little ways away, you see several large stone huts. Investigate. The huts are home to a small clan of giants, who see you almost immediately. Thinking you as easy a target as the monks of the monastery, they rush to attack. So we've got cave giants, ogre mages, and giant shamans. So much for easy targets. Inside the now abandoned huts, you find a wide variety of gruesome trophies and broken weapons of the giants' victims. Mounted on one wall, among lizard skins and fragments of breastplates, you find an intact oaken staff. I get some kind of rod. Okay then. Blarg. At least some of these fights are shoring up my food rations slightly. a third giant settlement. This one is the giant village and is also very small. Okay, the map is relatively well filled out. Let's investigate this flowery cave, shall we? It's full of ember flowers. Much to your surprise, you see, growing in the decomposed mushroom mulch growing ahead of you, ember flowers. Most of them are either too small or too old for alchemy, but some of them may be good. Ooh, that's quite a lot of them. And what can see me that is angry? Oh, there's a hydra. Just a couple of baby hydras. And a few boxes. Has someone else been here lately? 5 food! Huh. It says I find something, but it doesn't trigger anything? I don't understand. Zimmerine has inventory space. Somebody left a club and torches. And there's a couple of spots where maybe there could be more in the map. But I'm not seeing it. Huh. Okay. Just totems. Well, that is where we gather alchemical supplies if we ever feel like doing resurrection balm and such. And I will tackle the giants in the next episode. Have a good one, everybody.